Hello and welcome to USTS, the Ultimate Sports Training Show. I'll be your host for today's show, Bob Lemire. Today I'm going to go solo. Um, what I like to do, and I'm only going to do a half hour shows, and I just with different topics, especially on training, and it just doesn't have to be Taekwondo, which is my thing, but any training for any sport, especially for young kids. This will be a good show. I have some things I'd like to make sure that everyone is, especially parents, making sure that their children can train right and put everything together. Just a quick note on I've trained in the martial arts. It'll be I'm shy of a couple of months of 50 years that I met Grandmaster Mo Young Lee. And when I say the greatest Grandmaster in the world, it's not just because he was my Grandmaster. Grandmasters all over the world will attest to it. He passed away a few years ago, God rest his soul. But what he taught myself and thousands and thousands and thousands of people, he just made the world a much better place and made a lot of great martial artists. Grandmasters. We have a school in Pelham, and there's grandmasters, there's masters, there's black belts. Some of us been training almost 50 years. All right, and short of 50 years in a couple of months for me. Before I started Taekwondo, I did a little boxing, played every other sport, baseball, basketball. The four sports that were real rampant back in the day. We're talking 50 years ago, even more than 50 years ago. I have a ninth degree grandmaster myself right now. 50 years of that type of training. Done the Taekwondo show here at DATV for many years, many shows. Actually started it in PATV, Pelham TV. Back in 1990. Been going ever since. I was doing one show a week back in the 90s. I slowed it down to maybe 2 a month now. It takes a lot. You got to have the time and scheduling. But anyway, so today's topic, all right, is going to be training in sports. And everything's relative together, all right, whether it's going to be baseball, basketball, football, taekwondo, boxing. There's certain things that have to be done if you want to do it right and keep yourself safe without injury. Now, number one, you need a good trainer. You need good trainers. You need good instructors. All right, so that's do your homework, especially if you're going to any kind of martial arts school or boxing club or even a professional golfer to learn golf. Do some homework, ask people, and see what the reviews are. And because you want to be if you're going to do all this work and the repetition and the days and the hours spent training, you want to make sure you're doing it right. All right, and I'm pretty sure someone who's been training for a long time, even when you get older. As I say, I'm actually pushing 70. 67 now. I'll be 68 in a couple of months. And I feel that I have energy sometimes, not all the time, of a 20-year-old young kid. Sometimes I wake up and I feel old. So a lot of it has to do with what you've done the day before, how you've trained, and certain aspects of your life, especially when you get older. You can fight trying to get older, but you're going to get older. All right? Mother Nature wins. And so what we can do is try to prolong, and now with the way the way with medicines are, and you have everything at your fingertip. You can learn the right way, and you can learn the what's ever going to keep you healthier than if you didn't. When you start off any sport, repetition, and I got to say this over and over, repetition. You have to get into your mind that if you want to be good in a sport, you've got to do it 3 to 4 times a week at the minimum if you want to keep up with the rest of the competitors. If you want to do it on your own, that's fine. But to train once a week, is not a good idea just once, because you'll be sore the next day. You're still doing nothing for the next couple of days, 5, 6 days. Atrophy sets in your bones, and if you try it again the following week, it starts all over. You get sore the next day, so you're not getting that consistency to have your body regroup in a quick manner. So if you did every other day, you trained in a minimum. And what happens is when you start getting better and advanced, you want to train more. All right, especially when you realize that you're doing well and your body's feeling well. You want to do it. It's an addiction, a great addiction. All right, the endomorphins and all that. I'm not a scientist, and actually, anything I'm going to tell you today is my point of view. I'm not a doctor, not a psychiatrist. I'm a person who's trained for most of my life, and there's little shortcuts. So repetition is something. No matter what sport you do, if you repeat it over and over, we get the muscle memory. Your body knows, oh, this is what we got to do. Beginning's going to be hard and almost impossible. You're going to say, this is, no. But it's like anything else. You grab your phone and you start a whole new something where, you say, this, I'll never get this. Within a month, your thumbs and your fingers are flying around that new phone. And, wow, why did I think this was hard? That's repetition. That's muscle memory. And as I always tell everyone, especially at my show, I just did a show a couple of minutes ago. You have to do both sides of your body. Any sport you're doing, if you're throwing a baseball, move that other arm as many times, whether you're throwing a ball or not. You're swinging a golf club, swing it, in your dominant way. But then, after you're done practicing 100 swings, hitting balls, swing it to the opposite side 100 times. You don't have to hit balls. Get your body moving both ways. And that what that'll do is that'll give you a balance in your body. One side will probably always be dominant, unless you're maybe dexterous. But you just want to keep both sides. If not, especially around your hips and knees or anything that just keeps doing the same thing, and you're not following up on the other side, it'll gain in muscle mass and strength, where the other side will have atrophy. So now your body's going to be off balance. All right. So you can train as hard as you want. Just try to get both sides of your body really working hard. And you see that even with your Tiger Woods and your golfers and stuff. They must have swung that club 1 billion times in their lifetime. All right. And probably all in the same direction. A lot of them know, and they go to therapy, that they have to do it. But when you're young, you don't care. So you start developing that, all right, I feel good, until all of a sudden one day your body's off. So repetition in anything, all right, any sport, keep it going. Now, you have to fuel your body. You have to fuel your body with good food, all right? I remember hearing someone said, if you don't eat fruits and vegetables every day, all right, couple of helpings, you're committing suicide for yourself, all right? You're actually committing, your body is not getting the nutrients, all right, that you should be getting. So it's imperative that young kids get used to fruits and vegetables, and fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. And they can be expensive maybe, but when you start eating those cakes and brownies and cookies and stuff and thinking, oh, this is much better, and that's just going to be crazy calories, and it's not going to give you the energy that you want for your sport. So do homework, all right? And today, years ago, you had to go to the library to find out any kind of really big fact. Oh, I got to go to the library. I got to find out what good foods can I eat. Now you're at your phone. In 3 seconds, Google it. What are the best foods? And don't take everyone's word for it. Do some homework. Find out the foods that you like that are gonna help you out. All right, nourish your body. All right. Same thing with fluid. You have to stay hydrated, all right? And water's water. I drink a lot of water. Teas are good. I like coffee, and in moderation, it's not too bad for you. Depends on what you put in it. And the juices out there that they sell, some of them are unbelievable. Some of them have a lot of sugar content, so you got to check that out. But there's juices out there. Uh, ju- there's things out there that just will absorb into your body. Now, back in the day, it used to be Coca-Cola and it used to be soft drinks and everything, and you get a buzz off that stuff, and whoa, this must make me feel, yeah, and I'm not knocking anything. I would drink a Coke now, and I would, but not that's not going to be part of my of my diet every day. You have to make sure you are hydrated. All right, your body needs the water. I like some fruit drinks out there. Some, and I won't keep saying, naming names of products, but there are some juices out there that have all your vitamins and minerals and vegetables packed into this drink, and I love it. I drink them every day. And then you find out what food you can eat and how your body can handle certain foods. Everyone's different, right? Especially with cholesterol rates and in your body and the way you were brought up or your DNA with your family. You have to watch it. Certain foods can give you cholesterol and stuff. So you've got to do your homework. And you can't just say, oh, this is, we always ate this. Doesn't mean it's right. A lot of older people go, I did this my whole life. And I'm like, well, how you feel now? Oh, I'm sore here. Well, you maybe won't be sore if you hydrate your body. Hydration in your body is just like lube in your body. Same thing with the fruits and vegetables. It'll kill the acidity in your body. Right? Your body is very acidic, and that acidity can cause, it can cause a lot of damage to your body. Whether it's stiff joints or arthritis or heart disease, or your body does not want all that. So water, fruits and vegetables, there'll be alkaline in that, alkalinity, and what that does is it slows down that acid that wants to build up. If you haven't drinking water, for a day or two or three, all of a sudden your stomach starts feeling a little woozy. That's all the acid in there. A couple of glasses of water neutralizes a lot of that acid. And there's a lot of products out there that for alkalinity, and you just gotta do your homework with that. So you're eating right, you're drinking right, you're doing repetition, you're doing it all, and you're working harder and harder, and you're tired. You need your rest. All right. People say I can get away with 4 hours a night. I don't think so. If you are, you're not doing too much working out during the day, or you're not getting enough exercise during the day. Rule of thumb by doctors, some say 7, some say 8. I like 9, because you got to replenish your body. Resting is the only thing that's going to rejuvenate you back. All right, you can't live long if you don't sleep. All right, if you don't sleep in a week or 2 weeks, you just go crazy. There's just no more energy in your body to even run your body. So, a good night's rest is something that you really, really have to work at. And as I say, you can Google how can I get a good night's rest, and there's so many different avenues to take. Hot bath, hot shower before you go to bed. Turn all the lights off. We have a noise machine in my house, just the sound of white noise, or sometimes it's thunder and stuff, but it drowns out any clings and clangs or cars driving by that would wake you up. All right, because that's a big thing. If you're sleeping soundly and all of a sudden a noise wakes you up. But these sound machines it's right off our phone. Boy, it's just a normal, and that's all you hear. I recommend those to anyone who's a light sleeper. And I for years and years, and before even the phones, the iPhones and stuff, I used to grab a tape recorder. I bought a book on self-hypnosis, and I'd talk into the recorder. All right, again, this is before phone, so we didn't have that phone in our hand to do everything. And I would do a whole hypnotic session through the book on how to relax and to sleep. And I would put that on. We're talking back in the the 70s and 80s, I would put my little recorder on, and my own voice would hypnotize me. And I'm not saying hypnotize me; it would relax me. It's self-hypnosis, and it's all like, your all your body parts are relaxing one by one. You're breathing. Breathing techniques are another thing also. Short, shallow breaths aren't really what we want to do. We want deep, deep breathing. All right, it'll calm you down, and it's what runs your body, is the oxygen. All right, if you get nervous or you're in a dire situation, take deep, deep breaths. Now, I always do a little experiment with a lot of my students, and I remember I was at one college doing a Taekwondo class, one of their first classes. I had everyone sit down, all right, lotus position, relax, and breathe in as much as they can, or a count of 10. Hold that to as long as they can without choking, and let it go, all right? And then I had them do it again. And every time they'd hold it and then let the air out, I said, relax even more. People were ready to fall asleep on me. Some people said, I think I fell asleep for a second. And that's after doing maybe 8 to 10 of these exercises. So that's how much it can relax you. And you do that before you go to sleep, or if you can't sleep. You count to 10 as you breathe in, or more. I always like to go, I like to maximize everything, overkill. But I'll go to as much as I can take in. Hold it as kind of long as it's almost a little uncomfortable, and then let it out. Nice and relaxed. Boy, sometimes you go right out, and you stay out. All right. So it's a little, it's breathing exercises. There's thousands of them. All right. And I get a kick out of, how long it would take 35 years ago to go learn something. And today, everyone has it in their hand 5 seconds away. Imagine. And it's mind-boggling. And you got to use that. Use the knowledge and the power you have in your hand for good to help yourself. All right? And if we said to ourselves, once a week, I'm gonna spend a half hour on looking stuff up that is going to be good for my body. All right. And as I said, sports is repetition. It's fueling. All right. It's resting. It's breathing exercises. Again, I say little self-hypnosis for athletes, so self-hypnosis to sleep at night. It'll do wonders for your sport. It really will. And you get used to it. You get addicted to feeling good. All right. I'll walk around the hallway sometimes, and like I say, I'm going to be 68 in a couple of months. I'll walk in the hallways at work, and I see people in their 30s just barely walking around and kind of overweight and no energy. And they're kids. They're in their 30s and 40s. I'm calling people in their 40s kids, and I'm saying that they're going to grow old so quick. So don't, we're going to grow old anyway, but get in shape. It's not that hard. And you're going to be sore. You're probably going to be sore. It's going to take some time away from watching another one of your TV shows for the 10,000th time or scrolling for hours. But your body's going to be happy with you. All right. And this is what you have to teach. And I'm watching children and even with all my grandchildren and whatever, they get their phones, and we're all addicted. I'm addicted to the phone, but I make sure that I get my workout every day. I started working out when I was 13, right? Boxing, doing martial arts with my friends before I met Grandmaster Mu Young Lee, weightlifting, playing sports that I love. My whole life I've been training, and I've always been able to keep my weight to exactly where I want it, right? And I'll splurge. I'm not saying I don't splurge. I'm going to say I don't have maybe a few beers here and there, or cakes or brownies. I'll eat that, but I can burn it off. All right, I'll burn it right off because my metabolism's so used to working fast. And people I got a nickname on one group. We play some music together. Smoking Fast Bob was my nickname, and I know why, because they say everything I do is smoking fast, and I take it as a compliment. Um, it's just my body makeup. Now, a lot of times you say, "Well, I have an injury, I have this, or I have a weight problem." You gotta start slowly, work around it. To parents, make sure your children are eating well. They get into a pattern of good health, and I'm talking at 5 years old, and 4, 5, 6. They'll be so happy that you help them out years from now. Years ago, I remember going in, and there was soft drinks and sodas in the refrigerator, and I lived in Lowell, and the water with the chlorine and the fluorides and whatever, you couldn't drink the water. And back when we were kids, you didn't buy bottled water. That was ridiculous. Why would you buy water? But as a kid, you can't drink it. It was so bad. So I remember drinking Coke, colas, soft drinks. That was what I drank. Didn't like milk that much. So we drank that. And boy, we had some energy then. All right, because the sugar and the caffeine were blowing our minds apart, but it wasn't good for us. And today I see people and my family members with their children. There's no soft drinks in those schools. There's juices, there's milk, juices, and water. Perfect. All right. Coffee is good. Tea is good. Cocoa even for kids. It's not too bad, but it's the soft drinks, it's the candy, it's the false calories that are going to give you nothing but gain weight. All right, so instill that into your children. All right, and just follow the rules of to be a great person in sports. All right, there are rules. You can willy-nilly it, and you could say, I don't care. I just want to have fun. Well, yeah, you can have fun. Put a little practice into it, though. It's more fun when you win. You don't have to win. And I have fun if I lose. I have a fun if I was to go golfing, or if I was to spar with someone, and I got beaten, then I got beaten. I got to learn from that. All right, any sport you play golf, or you like winning. You like power in the hole. You don't want to get triple bogey every time. So when all of a sudden you start doing well and you say, well, I'm going to hit the range there, or I'm going to practice in the backyard, your body, muscle memory, I guaranteed, muscle memory will improve your game, just so you know where, whether it's a bat in your hand, a football, basketball, whether it's just throwing kicks into the air. It's constant repetition. All right, by someone who makes sure that they give you the right repetition. All right, and you have to do your homework for your children. Okay, and if you go to a school, or you go to a ballpark, and the coach, you're watching, and always watch, especially in the beginning, especially young children, and you have any doubt in your mind that something's wrong with the instructor or the coach, you have to take your son or your daughter, find somebody else. If in doubt, don't subject your child. If all of a sudden someone's language is terrible on the field, or they're yelling at your child, or they're abusing them, whether it's football and stuff, and you can see that they're going to hurt this kid. If you see that they're going to hurt, they're going to hurt them. All right, so be real cautious of who you trust with your children. And again, you do your homework. All right, you do your homework. You ask other people, and if more than one person says, "Yeah, he's kind of rough with the kids," then he is rough with the kids. All right, whether the way he's training or the way. So you pull the child from that person and find the many instructors out there, many coaches. All right, and then you say, "Well, all his friends are there." Well, all right, are we gonna take that and say, okay, I'm gonna subject you to this person because you have your friends here? I don't think so. As a parent, we have responsibilities, right? In sports also, same thing with school, and we've all gone through really good people coaching, and you've gone through really bad people coaching or teaching. We've all gone through it. Some who don't, we don't know why they're there. They don't have the patience. You have to have the patience. All right. There's no yelling, screaming, hitting, or making them do stuff that is going to hurt them. And that's it's just common sense for a parent. So winding down here, it was a half-hour show. Again, this is for training in sports. Repetition, number one. Fueling your body. All right, or you're going to get no repetition. Resting your body. Still no more repetition if you don't rest. All right, and breathing. Breathe right. Breathe in good. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. A lot of times you see a baseball player, especially a pitcher, and the pitcher's on the mound, and they do a close-up on him, and it's at the World Series maybe, and it's almost his first pitch. You see them take a big, deep breath and then let it out. Their nerves and their stomachs, they're ready to go. You know, they have a breakdown. That's how nervous you are at a big game like that. But they've developed, all right, through their trainers, they've developed breathing techniques that that are going to help you, all right, get through these nervous situations, all right, and keep breathing that, deep breaths. Hold it just for a little and then let it go. Deep breaths. Again, you will sleep. You will sleep like a baby if you do those deep breathing exercises. And again, the self-hypnosis. People get nervous when they hear hypnosis. And self-hypnosis is just talking, someone talking, trying to relax your body, to get your mind not to think of anything but relaxation, and it works. And they start, relax your feet, relax your toes, all right? Breathe in deep, relax your ankles. So you go all the way up in your body, and you go all the way back down. By the time you get up to your head, I fall asleep. All right, and I do a lot of the same gentlemen, not just gentlemen, some women hypnosis on YouTube that are good, and you'll see they pop up quick. When you do self hypnosis, they'll be one of the ones at the top, and they have a commercial in the beginning, so they're making money. All right, and you can skip to the commercial as anything else, that in 5 seconds. Then it's off. You can have that hypnosis going on for 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes, and it's as you're sleeping subliminally, it's going in your mind. And some of these hypnotic tapes or sessions for confidence, to gain health, to gain relaxation, to gain whatever, what happens is they're constantly talking in your brain, even as you're sleeping, and even if you're sleeping, your brain's registering what's coming in. So you kind of want to make sure that you get the right hypnosis, and that's why a few of them, you'll see them, they'll pop up. They're pretty reputable. You just don't want someone who doesn't know what they're doing and start saying stuff in here. I have no idea. I never went that. I did my homework on hypnosis. Well, that's about all the time we have. I only did a half-hour show today, and every once in a while I'm going to do a half-hour show and different aspects on sports and different aspects on whether, even if it's training for anything, whether it's you're training to play the guitar or the piano, or anything like that. Training is repetition, and it's repetition, all right? I repeated myself 1,000 times about repetition, but hey, anyone who knows, you have to. You have to. If you want to see this show on YouTube, TKD, all right, Grandmaster Bob Lemire. Okay, TKD, Grandmaster Bob Lemire. You'll see my podcast show, and you will see my Taekwondo show, half-hour Taekwondo show, and there's thousands of those. So hope you tune in. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, enjoy yourself and train hard and have some fun.